Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. I hope you guys are ready to get crazy because this week's interview is quite crazy.
Oh yeah, you know it's always a blast when Spencer Garrett's inside the farm,
Oh
and he's
yes.
bringing Alicia Minshew with
I
him.
know,
And
I
oh
know.
man, what a joy she was to talk to.
It's just
You
so
guys
nice.
are in for a real treat. That's all we can say. It's a
Exactly.
real treat.
Exactly. Seriously, like we teased in the weekly address, just have your drinks, have your popcorn ready because this one is damn entertaining.
That's right.
Like so good, so good. But that's later on in the show. Now, let's get a little crazy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, 114.
114.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Insane.
just
I know.
flying by.
It really is. It really feels. I know we said this a couple weeks ago, but it really feels like episode 100 was just like yesterday.
It really does. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. Maybe it's the the COVID Corona quarantine thing. Maybe it's just because we have so much fun we're doing.
I know.
I don't know, but it is flying, bro.
Dude, it's
It is
insane.
flying.
It's absolutely insane. We appreciate all of our listeners who are still getting crazy with us since day one. And man, we've come a long way. Just saying. Just saying. And of course, your host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mal.
What's up?
Yes, we got some great stuff to talk about this Friday. We're talking Disney. We're talking Warner Brothers. We're talking the Oscars. We're talking Kevin Mayer leaving Disney.
What? Although we did call it.
Yeah.
Just saying, we did call it.
Yeah. He might be a little pissed, might not. I mean, his statement may say otherwise, but you never know.
You never know.
I mean,
never
it's
know.
all about how you interpret things.
That's right.
But then, of course, before we get this thing started, we got to plug our website, crazyantmedia.com.
Yes.
That's where you can start shopping for the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. Literally, buy something for all 7 days of the week so
true.
you can get a little crazy all 7 days. People will ask you out and about, oh, what is that? Yeah, that looks nice. And hell yeah, it does.
It's true.
Just saying, great prices and great quality products, guys. You will not regret purchasing a Crazy Ant Media item gear.
The quality is top notch.
Yeah.
I mean, we wear the shit out of ours, and it is like you bought it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality is that good. So you guys it's well worth the price, man.
Definitely. Well, now we got some news. I mean, we didn't talk about it on the show when it happened because it was just so crazy. But, I mean, this seems to keep happening with this type of drug. So, I mean, we thought we should put it in the news. Everybody remembers about a month ago, the Flash actor, Logan Williams, 16-year-old Flash actor who died from a fentanyl overdose. That has just now recently been released this past week. Just super crazy, man. 16 and abusing opioids.
Yeah. This is the kid who played young Barry Allen in the flashback scenes, you
Yeah.
know, when his mom was killed. And it's disturbing, man.
Yeah.
The mom, she says in her statement, she did everything she could. She mortgaged the house to get him into rehab, and she got him into rehab and was trying to help him and did everything shy, but basically putting handcuffs on him and keeping him in the house, and
sometimes that's what you have to do. I mean, I'm not trying to blame the mom, but I feel like, I don't know, she should have done, because I'm not in that situation, so I feel like I'm not at liberty to say, but in my opinion, if I was in that situation, I would have tried to literally stay with them 24/7.
Yeah,
I mean, your kid is 16 years old and abusing hardcore drugs.
Right. And
So-
you've got to, as a parent, like at some point maybe do something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
She said, that it was the stress of the auditioning process of acting that was getting to him. That's
Yeah.
what caused the drug addiction to start. But I just always reference, we were talking about this a little earlier, but Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
At some point, he knew this whole, you're getting a slap on the wrist going to rehab does not always
It doesn't.
work. Sometimes you have to make the hard decision, and I feel like if you're a parent, you got to have your kid arrested.
know.
You got to have your kid put into juvie at that age, 16, or if you're a grown-ass adult, Martin Sheen when he had Charlie arrested.
Yep.
There's so many instances of this. I just feel like sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do to save your child.
I agree.
And I don't know. It's just sad news, man.
It's a very sad situation, and started abusing drugs when he was 13. So, I mean, yeah, it's just absolutely wild. And sometimes celebrities just get the slap on the wrist and don't get the actual punishment that all these normal people like ourselves get. So, I mean, case in point, Lori Loughlin.
Yeah.
Aunt Becky.
Becky.
I mean, we've been talking about it for the past, 14 months. It's crazy it's been going on that long.
I can't believe she's fought it that long.
I know. And, I mean, she time and time again has said, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Well, she's finally going to plead guilty, her and her husband. And get this, guys, she's only going to get 2 months in prison.
Yeah, 2 months.
The fuck?
And the husband's going to get 5.
Yeah.
That was part of the plea agreement. Aunt Becky's only going to get 2 months. After fighting this thing for a fucking year and 2 months, right? Oh, more than a year, you're going to get 2 months in prison. I think that's bullshit, man.
I do too, because, I mean, we talked about it off camera. Freaking, it's like 40 years if you're a normal person.
Right. It's insane. Aunt Becky should be going to jail for years.
Yeah.
Not 2 months.
No.
And as hard as 2 months in real prison is probably going to be for Becky, for Lori Loughlin, I think it's a bullshit. And I hope personally the judge rejects the plea deal and throws the book at them, because
I do too.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, because like you said, months and months of saying no, this didn't happen, or no, the government abused its power, or no, we didn't do this. Quit coming up with bullshit excuses and just accept your punishment. Hey guys, your shit stinks too. So keep going back to that. I hate that. I hate when they think they're better than everyone else.
Yeah. Now, the biggie that we called.
Yes.
We called this one.
Yeah.
We called it like we normally do.
Hey, you know.
Kevin Mayer out at Disney.
Yeah.
What? It was unexpected though.
Yeah.
It was really unexpected. He's going to TikTok.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's going to be the CEO of TikTok. From what I understand, he's the highest profile American executive to ever leave to go to a Chinese company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he made the announcement. He's going to start at TikTok on June 1st.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about this numerous times. He was considered in-house the front runner to take over as CEO after Iger steps down, right? We all know that didn't happen. In February, Iger did step down as CEO, and Bob Chapek was named CEO.
Yeah.
Couldn't have gone over well with Mayer.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Probably, well, didn't we report that he was at an event and he quickly left because of it?
Right,
so,
to come back for the Chapek announcement.
Yeah.
So I got to imagine this did not go over well. Guys, Disney Plus, we talk about it every week. The huge success that Disney Plus is having. 55 plus million subscribers, huge Mandalorian success, all this kind of. Kevin Mayer is responsible for that.
That's him, yeah.
That was his job. He was the head of that department. He was in charge of the launch of Disney Plus. He was in charge of Hulu. And prior to that, he was Disney's key strategy executive. Guys, if you read Bob Iger's book, Ride of a Lifetime, Mayer is mentioned, I can't even count how many times.
Yeah.
This guy was directly involved and responsible for helping with the acquisitions of Pixar, Lucasfilm, and Marvel.
all the biggies.
All the biggies.
Like, I don't. It's so crazy to me. I mean, we're trying to stay positive about the whole Chapek situation because we love Bob Iger, so we're trying to think that he had the best intentions in mind. But I feel like you kind of need to have that creative suit at the top of the food chain, so they can create the best possible products. Like, I mean, Chapek coming from the amusement parks, I feel like could be a downfall for some of their creative groups.
I agree.
Like, if he has final say on some stuff, like, it might go the wrong way.
Agreed. And right now, Iger is in helm of the creative side of it. That's why he stayed on as the executive chairman.
Yeah.
But when he does finally leave and that whole creative side falls onto Chapek, I don't know.
It's scary, man.
I don't know.
It's scary. And I mean, he hasn't even really, like, done any, it seems like, any CEO stuff because Iger's still there, like, taking control, especially during all the COVID-19 stuff. But still, like, I don't know. It's a little scary. I'm a little timid by it, but we'll see what happens. Like we said, we have faith in Iger, and hopefully he made the right decision.
Right.
Because we love the mouse.
Yeah.
We don't want to see them fall
Sure,
like
we
that.
want to aspire to be bigger than the mouse.
Of course.
But we still love them.
Yes.
We should say they named Rebecca Campbell as mayor's successor to take over in charge of the digital and all the international stuff as far as the streamers go. She's been in that division for quite a while underneath mayor, and mayor said it's in fine hands.
Yeah.
No, you're never going to see miss a beat. It should be fine.
Well, that's good. It's always good to have a female executive pop up too.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. And Disney's been doing a good job of that. We should say that. They've been appointing a lot. So
yeah, I mean, with everything crazy going on with COVID-19, this is one of the craziest things that we've seen all week, and possibly in a while, to be honest with you. The 93rd Oscars aren't until February, everybody knows that, but the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science is considered about postponing the biggest night of the year for filmmakers.
Yeah, I mean, right now, no new dates have been talked about, nothing in, motion yet.
Yeah.
It's still set to go off on its date, February 28th. But it's being talked about.
Yeah.
It's being considered. And, I mean, that makes sense because
it does.
Name a movie that's come out this year
I know.
that could conceivably be for an Academy Award.
Yeah, because we've talked about it on the show. All of the big superhero movies, all the action movies are coming out in the fall, and normally that's the prime time for award season films. So it sucks, man.
And there's no way with movies even just starting to be released as late as July or August that the Academy would have any kind of a way, I think, to legitimately screen all the films that could be potential candidates.
Sure not.
And so, I mean, I'm not shocked by this announcement at all.
I know, but we'll keep you up to date on what happens with that because we have absolutely no idea right now. It might happen, it might not. We could see it happening, but it is what it is, man.
You know what else we could see happening?
Oh, shit.
John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Yes.
We talk about it every week, it seems like. It's been rumored forever, okay? Yeah. Ever since they redesigned him in the comic books, and he looks just like John Krasinski.
I know.
Remember when they did that shit with Nick Fury and Sam Jackson?
Yeah.
Just saying. We know he's been... He confirmed he's been in talks with Marvel and Kevin Feige about directing a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Now it seems like there's some information coming out that he is indeed in talks for Fantastic Four.
Oh, shit.
Super excited about. He said in an interview recently, he's on tape. We've seen it. He said it. He would love to play Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And he would love to direct the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So it seems like this is probably pretty good rumor. Probably a pretty good, it's likely true.
For sure.
So they also say, though, it's going to be based on the Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Which I love. They're a little bit younger, a little bit different in how they're approached. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
And there's also rumors that Giancarlo Esposito is also in rumors to be up for a lead in the Marvel universe for key roles. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We know they're talking about redoing Professor X and Magneto as African-American characters and making them significantly younger, just because if they stick to that whole Holocaust survivor thing, they're like damn near 90.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to launch a franchise in the MCU that minimum a 10-year plan, these guys would be 100.
Yeah, it's like 2020, guys. So all those comic book fans out there, we know, we love you. We appreciate where the word has come from. I mean, it's definitely the Bible of comic books, but I mean, got to make it realistic.
Yeah, you got to make it realistic, and I'm okay with like making them African American as long as you don't change the tone of. I mean, Stan Lee would have told you right from the get-go, X-Men was inclusionary. It was about people being, prejudiced against and hated for who they were.
Exactly.
And so I think he would be fine
and
with
especially if the two founders are African American men, that definitely there'd be more inclusion. So we'll see what happens, man. So many rumors going around in the MCU right now.
It's true. And we just want to make quick mention of this. Olivia Holt, if you guys are Cloak and Dagger fans, you were probably devastated, right? And it's canceled and it's so sad. But she'll be back. Unfortunately, not for a Marvel project, but she is coming back to Freeform. She is going to be taking over the lead role in Cruel Summer. That's the Jessica Biel project that's going to be on Freeform that she's behind. She's also starring in, and apparently they shot the pilot and it was picked up the series, but the lead is being recast with Olivia Holt.
Yeah.
So
that's
super
really
excited
interesting,
about it.
And it says each episode is from a POV perspective. So I mean, honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen something that I liked like that. So, I mean, Olivia Holt's badass. So, I would love to see that.
Yeah, and apparently she plays like the everybody fan favorite perfect teenage girl.
Yeah.
So, and she goes missing, and then this other girl goes batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And they don't know if it's related or not related or who, but it sounds like an interesting premise. So,
yeah,
we just wanted to mention that because we're Olivia Holt fans.
I mean, of course, Olivia Holt, come on the show.
Definite.
But now it's time for some Mandalorian news. Timothy Olyphant?
Yes.
Something. You guys know how I pronounce names. It's all good.
Oliphant.
Yeah, Oliphant.
There you go.
That guy. He will be joining the cast of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, who's not in Season 2 of The
Right?
Mandalorian.
So far, like, everybody's been announced.
Yeah,
it's
like,
crazy.
he will be playing Cobb Vanth, a self-appointed sheriff to a town called Freetown on Tatooine.
Which we all know, the famous desert planet with Luke Skywalker.
Exactly.
You guys know.
Exactly. Vanth will also be wearing the Mandalorian armor once worn by the bounty hunter Boba Fett.
What?
That's confusing, right?
Wait, Boba Fett's dead, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
No.
Who fucking knows?
We talked about this last week. Maybe not.
All right? Like, who fucking knows? Like, maybe Boba Fett's series is just him trying to find this guy. Like,
that's true.
And then crossovers. Oh, my God.
That's
fucking
true.
Badass.
That's what they're setting up anyway, because it says that Vanth comes into contact with Boba Fett's armor after meeting some Jawas who scavenged the armor from the wreckage after Boba Fett was killed in the battle with Jabba the Hutt. Remember that? Return of the Jedi? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we know that Boba Fett, Tamora Morrison has already been confirmed, like J-Lo said, everybody is, for coming back to play Boba Fett. And so our guess is, and I think the main theory is that he's coming for his armor.
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Justified. I love Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be brilliant. He's fantastic.
I mean, epic at the Western type role.
Yeah, Justified was just brilliant. So if anybody's going to play that kind of a role and then take on Boba Fett, it's him.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, Disney Plus is developing a whole bunch of shit, guys. I mean, a Percy Jackson series. I mean, I know those movies went over, kind of well, kind of not for Fox, but it is being produced by Fox 21 TV Studios, and it centers on the teenager who discovers his descendant of a Greek god and sets out on an adventure to settle the battle between gods. I feel like for movies like this and movies that might have been a miss, try it as a series. That's what Disney's going for right now.
I think Percy Jackson could be successful. Unfortunately, the timing of their releases were when Harry Potter was just steamrolling.
And it was overshadowed.
And I think it was just overshadowed. And I feel like, what was that, Divergent with Shailene Woodley?
Yeah.
I feel like same thing happened because it came out up against Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Percy Jackson. Logan Lerman was fantastic in the role.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
I mean, carried the film beautifully, I thought. No word yet. I think he's too old now to play Percy.
Yeah, probably.
But he could be involved in the project. We don't know. No word on that yet. But we'll keep an eye on that and see what's going on because I'm excited. I like Logan Lerman. I'd like to see
he's
that.
a great actor. I mean, especially in the Hunters right now. So
definitely.
Everybody go watch that on Amazon Prime. It's badass. Al Pacino, so good. Then this one, guys. I mean, it's honestly by no surprise, but the Last Dance series about the Bulls and Michael Jordan finishes as the most watched ESPN documentary ever. And I mean, it's insane. The ratings for the final 2 episodes of the documentary series is finally in with an average around 5.6 million viewers across all 10 of its episodes, beating all previous numbers put up at ESPN Docs. And I mean, episode 9 was watched around 5.9 million viewers, up 10% from the week before. And I mean, it kind of slowed down. The hype kind of slowed down, but with it being like the ending number 10, everybody was on that shit. So it makes it the most watched ESPN documentary. But it's honestly kind of crazy that it was a 10-episode documentary.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, over a stretch of 10 episodes, if you can maintain almost 6 million viewers over a 10-episode, I mean, that's impressive.
It is.
It is Michael Jordan. So, I mean, everything he does seems like to be impressive. But,
exactly.
And he was involved in the making of this. A lot of people took some heat, for that. But he was involved in the making of it. So, and it's going to be what? It's going to show up on ABC and Disney Plus at some point. So
ABC is supposed to be like a week, a month, something close. It's coming on soon, especially the TV-14 version, but not the TVMA version. You can watch the fucks and all that shit. The cocaine cowboys, like that is in the MA version. If you want to watch that on ESPN,
watch the fucking fucks.
Watch the fucking fucks, guys.
Zip that done right there.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah, look, we're both so excited about this
Yeah.
one. We're jumping to the bunny now,
So
from the mouse to
excited.
the bunny, Warner Media.
Oh my God.
It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening. The Snyder Cut
Yes.
released.
Oh my God.
Yes!
So fucking crazy.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited. It's going to be a 2021, but I'm not sure anyone cares
No.
because they want to make it as perfect as possible for the fans.
Exactly. There was a watch party, for anybody who doesn't know. Zack Snyder held a watch party of Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And we kind of know there was a billboard up on Sunset. If you've driven by or walked on Sunset, you saw it. So the rumors were rampant, and then it was confirmed.
Yes.
Zack Snyder confirmed it. The cut is coming. And shit, man, I guess this shit's gonna be real.
I know.
He's already said that Darkseid will indeed be in it. Cyborg's role is gonna be expanded. Batman's role is gonna be expanded. Character development will be a priority.
Yes.
Warner Brothers is spending apparently $20 to $30 million to bring back the post-production crew to fix all of the special effects and do everything the way Snyder intended. Snyder is talking about that they could possibly bring back the entire cast for more reshoots.
Oh my God.
Like, what else can we hear?
It's gonna be like a whole new movie. Fuck that other shit.
Yeah,
this is gonna be like a whole new movie.
It's gonna be a whole new movie. And he's already at work on a trailer for it.
Yes.
It's not even coming until next year, but he's already at work on a
Oh my
trailer
God,
for it.
So fucking excited. I'm honestly not surprised. I mean, by the uproar of fans that fucking after Zack Snyder posted it exists. I mean, by the uproar of fans wanting to see this shit, Warner Brothers is smart by doing this, especially putting the extra money back in.
Right. You got your shit together. Congratulations.
Proud
We've been
of
saying
you.
it. Woo!
Like-
All right, Warner Brothers. Yeah, this is exciting shit.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
I just go back to think about when Snyder confirmed that Martian Manhunter was indeed the general in Man of Steel,
Yeah.
and Green Lantern is probably going to show up in this bad boy. I'm just all the stuff that has been rumored.
The black suit for Superman.
The black suit
oh
for
my
Superman.
God.
Oh,
I know.
2021 cannot get here
It
fast
cannot.
enough. And if you ever needed a reason to sign up for HBO Max,
Here it is.
there it is.
Right there. Oh my goodness.
It's not all good news for Warner Brothers, though.
it's not. It's not. But I feel like it's her fault. But it's my opinion. Ruby Rose, the star of Batwoman, apparently going over well so far in the ratings. But she has decided to depart from the lead role of the CW after its first season.
One season.
One fucking season, guys.
And announces this thing just 2 days after the series finale.
I know.
What?
It's like, I'm done.
What?
Apparently, she didn't know it was as much of a commitment. She didn't want to sign up for all this shit. She was super stressed out by the crossover. Like, how do you not know this? The superhero genre is the biggest thing right now.
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could have this show for like 8 seasons, 6 seasons at least.
That's the thing, man. On the CW, you're all but assured 5-6 seasons, right?
Least.
And do you know how hard it is to get the lead in a series?
Yeah.
And to have that job for a period of years. I mean, most actors would kill for an opportunity like that. So to walk away from one.
I know.
But we should say she did suffer an accident that almost left her,
Paralyzed,
crippled. And like, if the stress was getting to her, we just talked about it with Logan at the top of the show with if stress is getting to you and it's a mental issue, and you need to step away, it's the right thing to do.
Agreed.
But I feel like an opportunity. But somebody's going to get the gig, and they're going to be awesome.
Happy as shit. I mean, it's absolutely wild, and maybe we'll see a bump in ratings for it. I mean, it's just such an epic character, so I hope the best for this series, so we'll see what happens, man.
Rumor has it several people from the now canceled Krypton are vying for the role.
Okay.
And there was a lot of really phenomenally talented actresses on Krypton, if you didn't catch that on Sci-Fi, so I'm pretty pumped to see how that plays out. We should say it was all mutual.
Yeah, everything
Ruby
was,
Rose, Greg Berlanti, and Warner Brothers were all mutual in the decision to let it happen.
Yeah.
So no bad blood there. No, it was all just, okay, if this is what it's going to be, it's going to be.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Wipe the slate clean. I know you're excited about this next one.
I'm super excited. Are you guys Discovery fans, Star Trek Discovery fans? If you are, then you know, in fact, the Enterprise made its debut.
It did.
And Pike and Spock and number one, the original number one, not Picard's number one, the original number one. Remember, and it went over huge.
Yeah.
It was huge on Discovery. Fans wanted its own series. It's getting its own series.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is coming to CBS All Access. And the best part about it is Ethan Peck, Anson Mount, and Rebecca Romaine all coming back to take over the characters that they portrayed on Discovery.
So good.
It's going to be badass.
I'm excited about it because, I mean, like we talked about with CBS and Viacom finally merging back together, Star Trek is their number one property.
It is.
It needs to be at the head of the pack. So smart by you guys for putting this shit as first priority because it's obviously working out really well.
Agreed. And apparently it's a long-term commitment because from what we understand, the series will take it almost all the way up to when Kirk takes control of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
So and we know Discovery's set somewhere between 7 and 10 years before Kirk.
All right.
So we could be talking about at least a 4 or 5 year run for this show prior to Kirk taking over the Enterprise. So
exactly.
It's good for them.
Exactly. Man. All right, USA. We know that you guys love John Krasinski, and there's more exciting news in our industry news about John Krasinski. Viacom CBS has struck a deal to acquire Some Good News, the digital series that he created during this COVID-19 shutdown. Under the terms of the deal, the series format and short-form content will appear all across a number of Viacom and CBS properties as a regular on CBS All Access and then linear. Krasinski aboard and to executive produce. He will no longer host, sadly, but he will be involved on the on-air in some sort of capacity. But this is great. Everybody needs more good news.
Yeah, everybody likes a good story, a fun story, a happy story, especially in all this shit.
Yeah.
And Krasinski's the guy to do it.
I agree.
mean, he's just fun. So I am kind of bummed he won't be hosting, but I am glad to hear he will be at least on air in some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
So, and they're keeping it true to what he said. Like, they're not changing a damn thing other than him hosting.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be
more
great.
projects that should work out like this. Quarantine show.
Yes.
Just saying, this one should also get a pickup from a network because it's just badass. Or a streamer. I mean, why not? Why not? We want to see what happens.
A soap opera about the inner workings of a soap opera.
Exactly.
It's entertaining as hell. Somebody pick this thing up.
Exactly. A streamer should give a chance to a soap opera because there's not really any soap operas on streaming services.
No.
So.
I mean, this is your epic primetime soap. Like, if this was the 80s, this thing would have been a huge ratings, like Bonanza.
Exactly.
I mean, it needs to be picked up.
And honestly, that's a good idea because if they wouldn't have to work as many hours, I feel like, with streamers like Netflix. And I mean, if it's an original, they can just put out the season and then take a couple months off.
Exactly. 8 to 13 episodes, boom, done.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good idea. Streamers, we want our 10%.
Lil Cam's excited about this next one. We're jumping to NBC, Universal.
Yes.
She's a huge fan of Good Girls, and who isn't? It's been picked up for a 4th season.
Yes.
Woo! Jenna Barnes, congratulations. The show's 3rd season, you guys know, because we hear it from Lil Cam every day.
All the time.
It was cut short.
Yeah.
It was cut short due to the damn corona pandemic, resulting in the production being shut down. But while it was on, apparently it did really well in the ratings, hence the pickup.
Yeah.
Averaged a 0.9 rating in the key demographic 18 to 49 and almost 4 million overall viewers every week.
That's great.
Yeah, for a network show now, that's kicking ass.
Exactly. And I mean, it's great enough to where the Good Girls creator and executive producer, Gina Bands, has now signed an overall deal with Universal Television.
What? You mean you have a ratings hit and you get a new deal? Is that how that works?
I know. Contract accepted.
That's good, though. I really like the show. Emily kind of did convince me to start watching it, and it's phenomenal. And Mae Whitman,
badass.
Come on the show, Mae.
So good.
We love you, Mae.
Yeah.
Please come on the show.
I know.
Okay. So congratulations to Jenna Barnes and a super epic.
Yes.
Sony. We've got Sony news.
Holy shit.
We've got Sony news. But it's because of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
what did we say last week? It seems like only when Spider-Man is involved, Sony has news.
I know.
Mark Guggenheim is set to write a feature film centered around Jackpot. I'm a comic nerd, so I know who Jackpot is. For any of you who don't know who Jackpot is, she's a female superhero in the Spider-Man universe.
Okay.
That's right. So she would be actually the Spider-Man franchise's first female hero in the film universe that Sony is desperately trying to set up. She would be one of the first characters to appear as a partner instead of a villain in the Spider-Man films. So that's cool. Her story's kind of like really interesting. She actually gains her superpowers when she was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And then has to somehow figure out her new life as like a superhero and a single mom.
Wow.
Yeah, so interesting, right?
Very interesting premise.
I'm wondering if maybe this is kind of happening because Jackpot, here she is. She's a little bit older than Spidey, obviously, but a new single mom, newly with the powers and everything. Remember that rumor we talked about a couple weeks ago that they might be killing off Aunt May?
Yeah.
Is a new motherly figure that's kind of like, there to guide him maybe, or they're learning this shit together. Kinda. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Guggenheim, by the way, one of the co-creators and masterminds behind the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
And Arrow, so it's in good hands. If you're going to pick somebody that knows superheroes.
Exactly.
And Guggenheim's the guy.
Know what they're doing, guys. Know what they're doing.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, my goodness. And stuff happening at MGM. Oh, my goodness.
You got your snap ready?
You got your band and snap. Mindy Kaling and Dan Goor have officially signed on to write MGM's Legally Blonde 3. Guess what?
Reese Witherspoon. Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, exactly. I love that she also still writes, even though she's had the acting success that she does deserve. But she is a phenomenal writer.
She is.
So, and Reese Witherspoon is still on board, reprising her role as Elle Woods, producing through her Hello Sunshine studio, which is one of the most successful production things.
Seriously, look up Hello Sunshine right now, and the list of shit that's on right now, you'd be just like, holy shit, fucking she's crazy. Everywhere, man. I'm crazy. So happy for her. She's a phenomenal talent, man, and she is just doing everything right.
Yeah.
She's had some up and downs, she's struggled with some stuff, but she has got her shit together, and she is just killing it, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Reese, you were in my dream the other night. I'm just letting you know.
Spyglass! Move into Spyglass! As you saw in the weekly address, we're thankful for our lovers. I don't know if that had anything to do with the dream. We don't know. We don't know, but we're jumping to Spyglass.
Yes.
David Arquette is set to reprise his role as Dewey, Sheriff Dewey, in Scream.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. They're moving forward with another Scream. That's a long gestating rumor that's been in the mill forever, but it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm
indifferent about this, to be honest about it. If it's successful, good for you. But if it's not, where's the Wayans brothers to make another parody?
That's right.
Scary Movie 5 or whatever.
Apparently, though, this one is a fully original concept. Original story, so I don't know if it's going to continue on from the old story or what. We just know Dewey's coming back.
Yeah.
They also said that there are talks underway to bring back more of the legacy cast members, meaning original cast members that were in them. I don't know about Courtney.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, David and Courtney would
she's
get along very well.
She's not going to be there for you.
No.
I'm just saying.
The feature will go into production later this year in Wilmington, North Carolina, once it's all been cleared to do so. And the original mastermind behind the Scream franchise, Kevin Williamson, is going to executive produce. So
that's good.
At least it's in good hands. Yeah. Whether it'll be any good, we don't know.
But a great facility to shoot at as well. So
Wilmington, man.
Iron Man was shot there, and it just a lot. It's really good. Next, we got Screen Media, The Outpost, an Afghan war thriller starring Scott Eastwood. I love what he's doing.
Yeah, Scott Eastwood's kicking ass.
He's following in some great footsteps, we all know. And Orlando Bloom.
Mr. Katy Perry.
Right, Mr. Katy Perry. And this will open in the movie theaters in July.
What?
I know.
July.
But only around 500 screens, though.
Right.
So, on July 2nd through Phantom Event, before the traditional run on big screen. We shall see. It's definitely a testing ground. We all know.
Definitely. I think there's only one other movie, like Russell Crowe's movie, that's also opening that week. So, two movies on a huge holiday.
I know.
That's so weird, man.
Yeah.
So weird.
Absolutely
this one was actually based on a book written by Jake Tapper, from NBC.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
Right?
ABC, NBC. Jake Tapper. You know Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper.
He's the one who's always taking Trump shit in the media room.
Exactly.
Fight on, Jake Tapper. Fight on.
Exactly. Now heading over to Netflix, one of our favorite streamers, doing some good things. Get this, guys. Adam Sandler and LeBron James are teaming up for a Netflix movie.
And it's not Space Jam.
It's not.
No.
It's not. Hustle. Sandler will play an American basketball scout who, after being unjustifiably fired, discovers a talent of a player abroad and decides to bring him back to the U.S. to prove that they both have what it takes in the NBA. Well, what was this movie you compared it to?
Remember Trouble with the Curve with Clint Eastwood?
Curve. Yeah.
He was a baseball scout, but much the same thing. Kind of was like being fired and went out and found some new talent with his daughter's help, brought it back in, kind of saved his gig. Sounds very familiar.
It does.
Worked for Clint. It's probably going to work for Adam on Netflix. I mean,
I like him in more serious roles. After Gemstones, Righteous Gemstones, it was great.
I think that's where he's headed. So we should say him with his Happy Madison company and LeBron's Spring Hill Entertainment are producing. So
nice.
LeBron is coming on to produce the project. So
fantastic, cool. Man. Fantastic. Ooh, this next one I'm super excited about because this man, I feel like, has not released a special in forever.
Yeah.
George Lopez. He's setting his first comedy special with Netflix. George Lopez will do it for half. And it's going to premiere June 30th, so right around the corner, guys.
Exactly. Is that half of what Adam Sandler makes?
Right,
is that what or Eddie Murphy or I don't know.
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got paid a lot too. But I'm excited about it because this dude fucking hates Trump. So I'm so excited to see him to slam him. He pissed on his start. So,
there you go. I like George Lopez. I've always liked I loved the George Lopez show. I thought it was great.
I did too.
Really funny. So, and as you know, Netflix is a joke.
Yeah, right.
That's their thing. They're sticking. I like that they're committed to comedy though.
Yeah,
it's going well for them.
I know. They're honestly the best streamer with stand-ups right now. So absolutely, I mean, if you're looking for a stand-up, look on Netflix. But who cares? Kissing Booth 2, for anyone who does care, the sequel to Netflix's popular teen movie rom-com, apparently, will debut on the streaming service this summer. It's going to be a follow-up to, again, starring Joey King, Joel Courtney, and Jacob Elordi. This one's going to drop on July 24th. Meh.
It was a huge hit. One of the biggest, according to Ted Sarandos, for Netflix. One of the biggest movies ever for them.
It had to be with the younger audience, though.
I guess.
For us, even though I'm younger, I still didn't see the appeal. Like, I'm just,
But we put it in there because somebody's watching
Somebody's watching it. So
congratulations, you guys are going to get a sequel.
Right? Exactly. Ooh, this next one, another reason to get Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
It has recently bought world rights from Sony Pictures. Sony
keeps selling everything but Spider-Man.
Sony, get your shit together. That should be its shirt.
It should be.
To Tom Hanks's World War II drama, Greyhound.
The trailer's badass for this if you haven't watched it. It looks intense, right?
Following a huge bidding war for this movie, it was going around everywhere. It was previously set for a Father's Day theatrical release, but now Greyhound is set in the early days of World War II. We don't know when it's going to be released on Apple TV Plus. But yeah, set in World War II as an international convoy of 37 Allied ships led by Hanks, Captain Ernest Cross, crosses a treacherous North Atlantic while being hotly pursued by a wolf pack of Nazis. I'm just excited for fucking Tom Hanks to kill some Nazis.
Yeah, I mean, it's badass. Like I said, look it up, watch the trailer. It looks intense, man. It looks really intense and good. Apple gave it a home, and I'm excited to see this one.
Well deserved.
Yeah, not the only one though. It's a growing list of movies that we talk about it every week. Seems like they're going to streamers as opposed to being theatrically released. So
yeah, exactly.
There it is. Tom Hanks is not immune to that.
Yeah, and then also Apple TV Plus has announced its upcoming series for Little Voice, which will debut. No idea what this is. It's going to debut on the streamer July 10th. The series follows a talented performer, Brittany O'Grady, struggling to fulfill her dreams in New York. The series features original music from Sarah
Bareilles?
That lady.
Yes.
And is produced by the one and only J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Productions.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones that Apple announced, committed to for their new series, you know. And Sarah Bareilles is coming off the huge Broadway hit. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be exciting for them. Anything that JJ puts his hands on. But I think the reason that this was one of the top stories.
Don't put your hands on me, JJ. Yeah, we have our lovers out there, but don't put your hands
Any
on me.
project that
Yes.
JJ puts his hands on. No, I mean, come on. His wife is like hardcore in that whole Me Too. That,
Yeah,
like, it's one of
for
the
sure.
reasons he got that huge deal.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, I think everybody's kind of keeping an eye on this in the industry because he did sign a lucrative deal, and he's got a lot of stuff going on with both Apple and Warner. And this is one of the first projects coming out under all that, and I think everybody's curious to see how it's going to go. When you pay somebody a lot of money, you hope the first one comes out kicking.
I agree.
So we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, a lot of good things happening in the entertainment industry, man. There's a whole lot more, but we got to get with the hot stuff.
Yes.
But now it is time for our guest segment.
Hot
Oh,
stuff.
man, we're talking some hot stuff. Well, lotion, Spencer's legs. Oh, God. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Spencer Garrett and Alicia Minshew. Just phenomenal people and even phenomenal actors. My goodness. Watch the Quarantine Show, guys, on IGTV. It's absolutely delicious.
It is deliciously delicious. And I promise you, if you haven't watched it yet, when you hear this interview, you're going to be watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Because wait until you hear the stuff that's going on in this series. You're going to be like, shit, I need to watch this.
Yeah.
It's on Instagram TV, guys.
Yeah.
IGTV. You can't miss it. Go Quarantine the Show. Click on it. All the episodes are there. But this interview, you guys are going to love.
Exactly. We're going to have more of the cast members on, so be prepared for that. But
Yeah.
now, let's get a little crazy with Spencer and Alicia. Let's do it. Here they are.
Spencer Garrett and Alicia Minshew, welcome inside the Crazy Ant Farm. How are y'all?
Thank you. Hello. We're so good. I'm going to let Spencer go first because he's the man. He's the main man.
So Spencer's been here before. He knows how crazy it is, right?
It's beyond crazy.
What fun would it be if it wasn't, right? I mean,
Exactly.
that's what we're all about.
I went the other way. Alicia and I shot a scene the other day on our show
Oh my God.
talking about crazy. That's
what I was going to say.
yeah. For those of you who are not familiar with our show Quarantine on Instagram, on IGTV, it's about a bunch of out of work character actors, about soap opera actors on a soap opera that has been sidelined because of this quarantine, and we're all just going kind of slightly mad there.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Their lives have become a soap opera.
Yes, basically.
Exactly. And this scene that Spencer's talking about, we did 4 or 5 different takes of this scene in which was just kook. Spencer was so funny in it, and I just was I was a lunatic, just drinking beer and burping and just being completely inappropriate. But I mean, there were some things that didn't even make it to the air that were just I was rapping, I was singing, I don't even know what I was doing. It was so fun to just kind of let loose and and then have Spencer's reaction to the whole thing was just priceless.
Oh my God.
So it was fun. It was really fun.
I bet there was a lot of stuff where you kind of let loose in
Yeah,
several
definitely.
episodes there. We were watching. We were like, whoa,
Where's
okay.
this going?
Whatever do you mean?
We'll talk about it. It may have involved Nate and some lotion, but
I'm down with that.
First of all, we have heard a rumor that this is ad-libbed. It's kind of it's a guided ad-lib. If that's true, you guys are absolutely amazing.
Killing
Is
it
that
right now.
true to that?
We call it guided improv. Basically, Jerry, who
Exactly.
created the show,
Yes.
Jerry Ying, who's our kind of our mad genius behind this
He's
whole
our
endeavor.
everything. Yeah, he's our everything.
He's everything. And Jerry and Alicia went to acting college together, or to acting
Yes.
school with
Yes.
the great Bill Esper.
Yes.
Jerry came up with this idea, and it's basically like he comes up with these story beats and this kind of story thread about how to take these characters through this pandemic. Kind of comes up with them over the weekend and hands them out to the actors, the night before. And basically, they have an idea. It's kind of like the way Curb Your Enthusiasm works, where
Yep.
you have sort of an outline, you have a kind of a basic premise of where you want the scene to go. And because we're shooting it on Zoom, which is such an odd medium to be doing it on, and we're the only ones that I know of that have ever done this, other than, now everybody's kind of jumping on the bandwagon.
For
But
sure.
we are
Yeah.
the first to use this, and we have 3 other cameramen, quote unquote, that are kind of behind the scenes that are filming these scenes on their computer. And somehow they magically put this all together. So we have to do multiple takes of each scene. Jerry kind of guides the actors through this improvisation that has a kind of a beginning, middle, and an end, and they pick the best scene to use on the episode. It's really it's a painstaking process, but the actors are all so just wonderfully game. And,
yeah, that's what I was going to say, Spence. I was going to say that I think Jerry picked such a great group, and none of whom I had known. I think I worked with Ella, but none of whom who I had met before. Such a great group of people that are A, super talented, but B, super game to just jump in, like Spencer said, and they just have this great imagination and talent, and everybody's so witty and funny and smart, and he just put together such a great group that I think it just kind of organically works because everyone is, they're into it, and
absolutely.
it just kind of works, and it's fun, and and if something doesn't work, Jerry will say, you know what, let's steer, like he's stopped us all before and tried to steer us in a different direction, but then with his guidance he just lets us go. And crazy things happen. Sometimes the best things that happen are the mistakes that happen and things like that.
Oh, always, right? And I got to tell you, though, the cast, we completely agree. I mean, I'm shocked to hear that it's loosely not ever worked together before because the chemistry is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it just seems so natural.
Yeah.
I was just say that, you guys, not only have we never met, I mean, Alicia and I have never met. I can't wait.
Right.
But we've never met, with the exception of Ella Thomas, who plays Willa.
Right.
I've never met any of these folks before.
It's amazing.
Spencer, you've met no one? Okay, I didn't know that you hadn't met any of them. Okay.
Jerry Ying and I did an episode of Hawaii Five-0 like 9 years. We met on Oahu doing Hawaii Five-0 together.
Oh my
We've
God.
been pals ever since. We wanted to create something together. We wanted to work together. But I've never met any of these folks. And the fact that when you watch that pilot episode and you see the camaraderie and the chemistry and just the joie de vivre that we have all amongst each other, you kind of feel like these guys have all been working on a soap opera together.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
No, it's true. It's
really
I think that's
lovely.
like a testament.
I just can't wait to meet everybody in person so we, crack some beers open.
That's how I feel. I feel like this is when I first met everybody. I said, this is a tease. I said, I want to jump through the camera and give you guys hugs and like I said, physically touch you guys because you kind of, you start to, after a while as a human, but also as an actor, you start to miss like touch, like giving people hugs and like physically being around them in person and smelling them. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? You miss that.
Well,
so I look forward to sharing that with the whole cast for sure.
And you guys do a really good job in this series of expressing that. You've got all the innuendo, but you've got, where clearly they're watching a show together and then they start having sex. And the other two are like, well, wait a minute, if they're going to do this, I mean, maybe we can pretend to move together closer kind of a thing. So you guys do, I think, are highlighting that very well, that in this whole quarantine kind of a thing, there's a lot of weird stuff,
Yeah, for sure. It's funny because it's things that you don't normally think about. You're like, oh yeah, I can do that. There's things you can get away with on the Zoom that can, like you said, innuendos of certain things. And it makes it kind of tantalizing because you can't physically see these people touch.
Right.
But you can watch them want to touch each other or want to hug each other, but you know what I mean? Like there's something interesting about that.
Two of the couples live together. Right. Ella and Ryan live together.
Right.
And Richard Jin lives together with
of course. That's right. With Adrian.
And
right.
so there are some real life couples, and we always have to be mindful. We've been doing this for close to a month now. That we're having so much fun doing this. We record on Fridays and Saturdays. Sometimes they're long days because you have to do multiple takes over and over and over and over again until you get the one that is right. But we're also living in this thing. We're in this quarantine.
Yeah.
We're stressed out by it. There's nothing fun about it. So
it's not all fun and games, right?
We've got to jump down into this alternate reality when we're shooting the show, and then we get back to our normal lives, which are we're doing the best we can in the middle of all this. So it's really just a great escape and a great diversion.
I'm so glad you said that because I was going to say that for me, I feel like it's also an escape. It's I'm here in New York City, so I'm like in the center of the whole pandemic, and it's tough. And I'm homeschooling my child. I mean, she's in the other room right now, doing math, and it's it's just a strange reality, and I'm trying to just be grateful that I'm healthy and safe, but it is scary. So when I have these few hours with these lovely people on the Zoom show, it is a very welcome escape for me and a chance to just connect in a different way with people. And so I'm grateful to Jerry and then everybody that I have the opportunity to do this during such a sort of weird, scary time,
Right. And and I think what you guys do, I think that's why it's connecting so well with the audience, though, because as much as it is an escape, and kudos to the ingenuity and the creativity from the artists like yourselves who refuse to let this pandemic stop them from still putting out their content and for people. But you also do a really good job of highlighting how serious it is, whether it's stitching together the masks or whether it's maybe a couple that wasn't able to quarantine together and one desperately wants to. I think you guys are really hitting on problems that real people are facing during this right now, and you're giving them a way to go, hey, I can connect to that because I want to do that too, and I think that's why it's resonating so well.
Yeah.
We started out, go on, love.
No, you go first, baby. You go first.
You guys know the whole idea behind this. I mean, this started out as a fundraiser. It's just to raise money for the SAG-AFTRA Foundation,
right,
for the COVID-19 relief fund. It's to raise money for actors who are in need. I mean, the foundation's given out something like close to $4 million so far for actors that really need it. And so it's, I don't think that we realized at the time when we set out to do this, I don't think we thought we would even be 13 episodes in. We started out putting out an episode a day, 5 days a week on YouTube. Then we moved over to Instagram TV, and the thing just caught fire. And now people are like digging it and asking for more. And so we're really trying to find wonderful, interesting, sexy, fun, great guest stars to join us.
Yeah, we had great guest stars. Oof.
Oh my God. We had Steven Weber and Willie Garson and Turner, Jonathan Sadowski from the Friday the 13th.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
The youngins will know him from Young and Hungry, right?
And
exactly.
Rita Wilson,
we know
Mike and Molly. Nikki Blunt is joining us.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
She's
Nikki
fantastic.
Oh my God, she's amazing. She's fabulous.
Well,
so we're really glad that people want to come and play with us.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's talk about it because it's amazing to me how much content you guys are able to put into these episodes. You're averaging somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. But the amount of content that you guys are providing per episode is just absolutely incredible. And these storylines are intense. You've got so much going on.
Yeah, a lot of juice going on. A lot of juiciness.
A lot of juice, man. I feel like we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but I feel like Marty is just looking for love. He's just getting the raw deal all over the place. I still want to know what's going on way from the first episode, right? You're with Ella's character. We know something happened there, but
right, that's right. They had they had that whole first scene together.
That's right, and then we haven't heard anything about that since.
Exactly.
But I'm feeling like, come on now, we need to know a little bit more.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you got Nate, Nate being rejected and now going for mom, right?
Yeah. And mom's like, hey, come hither. Watch me put lotion on my legs.
Right.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
How you doing?
That scene was so unbelievably provocative in the most clean way possible, right?
Oh my God, that's so funny. Because I was, when you do things like that, you just never know. So I'm like, is that weird?
No.
But Jerry's like, no, Jerry said, it's just as weird as we need it to be.
Exactly.
Yes, it's weird.
Exactly. But it's like you were saying earlier, the most simple of things become something that you wouldn't think. Something as simple as lotioning up your legs. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a guy watching you lotion your legs, and it's a whole new ball game.
So much so where
he was a good sport about that.
That was originally that scene was supposed to be me putting lotion on my leg.
Oh.
That's next.
And we pitched that in the writer's room, and that got nixed right away. Jerry said, text me a picture of your legs, and I did, and he's like, no, that's not going to take it.
No. We would need a whole lot of quarantinis before that happens, okay?
That's a whole other show. We're going to spin off. It's going to be called Marty's Legs.
I would watch that. Hey, Marty's
You'll be able to find that on the dark web.
That's right. That's After Dark, literally. That's the spinoff right there.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Oh yeah, it's not Cheetah Hills After Dark. It's Marty's Lake.
That's right, Marty. You're gonna find a way to stay on that show no matter what, Marty. It's gonna be great.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, you guys.
I mean, but yeah, there's so many inner relationships, though. You know, who's the daddy, who's not the daddy, and we don't want to give away too many spoilers for people who haven't seen it. But there's so much stuff going on, and the way you guys are weaving it all together is just amazing.
Yeah, and what I really like about it is how they're dealing with reality and then reality on the actual soap opera. Like they're crisscrossing realities, like what is real, what was on the show, and I just feel like a lot of people might be going through that right now with what they're watching on TV because they're just stuck at home just thinking about all these things that are happening in day-to-day life and on television. So I think that is just brilliant.
That is so true that you said that. And P.S., I'm so glad that you guys like the show as much as you do. And thank you for supporting it. Like, it's great to hear someone else talk about it and like enjoy the storylines and that you're enjoying the characters. But it's true. I think if you binge enough shows and stuff, this happened to my daughter. Like we were watching some shows and you go to sleep and you dream about the people and you wake up.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know if that happens to you. That happens to me. If I'm watching something a lot and then I dream of them and I wake up and I'm like, wait, do I really know these people? Wait, I don't. But so I feel like all of these people in quarantine, like they're sort of going through that. Like, let me, is that my mom or not my mom?
Exactly.
Spencer is in all of my dreams because he's in every show I binge watch. Like there's not a single show that I have ever watched that Spencer hasn't been in.
Well, now his legs can be in your dreams too.
You are lucky.
Oh my
God. Now you've actually blown the cover because that's the title of the spinoff. Spencer is in all my dreams.
Oh my God.
Forget Spencer Confidential. It's Spencer everywhere. It's just like boom, just out there. Like,
oh my goodness.
Spencer is lotioning his legs.
Spencer should have his own show. It should just be the Spencer Show because I personally would watch that because he's so interesting and fun.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
Well, I'm not going to get my own show with Len Neville as the head of the network. That's for sure.
No.
I feel like for Marty though, there's always like food TV, you know, because he's got a different drink every episode. And he's like, you know, this guy could teach you how to make cocktails, and I mean, there's an avenue somewhere for Marty. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's always got. That's right. You do, except for this past one, you were working out. You were exercising.
It's true.
Fiend.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I was the one drinking now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's trying to get healthy now. He's trying to get healthy and young and pretty because when we get back to work, you know, he wants to be young and gorgeous again, like in his glory days.
Exactly. He wants to be ready to go.
When you first saw me, there was a lot of wine drinking, a lot of scotch drinking, a lot of martini drinking.
Yes.
I will not know whether that was real or not. While I was filming. Now it's all carrot juice and elliptical machines for Marty.
There you go. Well, that look, I gotta tell you though, the look on your face when you kind of like look in and you're questioning, like, wait a minute, we are talking about the soap opera, not real life, right? I wanted to screenshot that so bad. That was the one I wanted to put in our little promo. It's like, no, this is Spencer dumbfounded. Like, what? You are talking about the soap opera, right? Like,
his face is like. Go ahead.
Your performance was so delicious and frightening and just I was terrified watching it.
Oh my God,
that look on my face was real, you guys.
Yeah, I bet you could just tell.
It was. Can I tell you? First of all, I'm laughing because I'm like such like a little prissy little lady in real life. I mean, I am. However, I do talk like a truck driver, so I can curse with the best of them. But
I'll vouch for that, guys.
By the way, I didn't plan on burping. It just came out, and I was like, well, what the hell? She's let it all hang out anyway. So your look was it made me laugh so hard. And you guys don't know this, but like I said, there were so many other weird other takes that I did that were much weirder and scarier than the one that you saw. And the look that he, right? Like I did some weird takes of like, I don't even know, I was losing my mind, but he was spot on hilarious with that look every single time. And it was genuine.
You did a thing, Lish, where you started singing the words to Ice Cube's "It Was a Good Day."
No, wait. Was it Ice Cube?
That's
right. I had to say it was a good day.
Dancing in her chair. It was just, oh my God. So that we'll play that. We'll play that at the that outtake.
We have to see that at some point
you guys have to
I started rapping, and then when they yelled cut, the three of you guys, all of you guys were looking at me. Jerry was looking at me. Sherry, our writer, Spencer, like, what just happened? Like, what did I just watch? What Alicia just completely lost her mind from 2 sips of beer. Well, That's much like real life, so it doesn't take much for me.
Well,
great.
I mean, there's so many things I like about this show. All of the characters are interesting, from the get-go, from that pilot episode
All of
Yeah.
on.
them.
They're just so, you're invested in each and every one of them. And yeah, I don't know, I'm going to put this out there, and maybe I'll take some heat, maybe I won't, I don't know, but I feel like McKenna is the one you just love to hate.
I know.
I mean, I'm just like, I was like, yeah. When he's like, but what about McKenna? He's like, screw McKenna. How are you gonna be a baby
know.
daddy? I'm like, yeah, screw McKenna. She said she giving you shit about the date. She don't want to see you in quarantine. She's like, yeah. I don't know.
Right.
I love her, but McKenna. I'm just like, ah.
But that's good. That means because she's this beautiful, lovely thing, and yet the way she plays the character is so perfect.
Right.
So you always have to have one that you love to hate because ultimately I think you end up seeing their vulnerable side at some point. You end up seeing why she's so controlling or why she's so uptight. Like it'll come full circle. I bet. Who knows? Like I don't know what Jerry has planned, but I think it's fun to have someone. I think it's fun. My character and all my children, they all hated me. They love to hate my character. And it's kind of fun to play that. You're like,
Sure.
all right, I'm the one they hate.
You,
Okay.
character. We love you. We love you.
Oh, I bet you have a lot of fans now after quarantine. I would imagine so. I mean, your
It's funny,
scenes.
though.
You have just stolen everything you're in. But whenever
I
you're on
agree.
the screen, I got to be honest with you. You're just killing it.
We're talking to
There's a
Spencer.
funny line.
No, I'm
where-
talking to
where-
you. Spencer
Me?
knows he kills
Oh,
it.
God.
Yeah, no,
Because
Alicia,
yeah.
you're just like.
Spencer
Oh,
kills it all the time.
absolutely.
Spencer kills
Absolutely.
it all the time. No, I mean, you're definitely talking. I think everybody kills it, to be honest, because that's just the way the show is. Everyone has their moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
But thank you guys. Thank you guys for saying that. No, a lot of the soap fans are watching, and I get these like little messages from them saying, "Wow, you're a cuckoo bird, and how fun to see you playing something different than you did on All My Children, and what a cool group of actors." Like it's a lot of the daytime fans they support anything that I ever do. So guaranteed they're going to be listening to this, and they're
Awesome.
all becoming fans of Spencer and everybody, the whole cast. They keep saying what a wonderful cast it is, and so it's nice to have that support, no matter what kind of character I play, even if she is, a bitch or she's crazy or whatever she is.
Right.
It's great to have the support for sure.
Absolutely. I Spencer should actually teach a master class. I'd
I
say,
agree.
for anybody who hasn't watched that episode yet of Quarantine, he said, Griffin is teaching a master class or Marty is teaching a master class. But Spencer, I feel like you could totally do that, buddy.
He could.
Well, Spencer actually does.
There you go.
There you go.
I actually do in real life. I'm not nearly as pompous or vain or deluded as Marty in his teaching prowess. I like to think I'm a little bit more laid back and humble. But we shot a scene the other day with Cynthia, who plays Afton, who's wonderful, and with Bree Turner, who's the new.
You guys are so good together. Dear God in heaven, you want to talk delicious?
Bananas.
You and Bree are amazing.
And we shot a scene where it's my first master class with her. She wants to study with me 7 days a week,
Right.
and I'm sitting in front of my my screen on or as Alicia likes to call it, on the Zoom.
On
On the
Zoom.
Zoom. I call it on the Zoom.
On the Zoom, I say on the Zoom, on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks.
Oh my God.
But while we were shooting, I had my phone next to me, and I had just this long list of Sanford Meisner, the great Sanford Meisner acting teacher, who was my teacher. Early on, when I do my commercial for my master class, I said I studied with Sanford Meisner.
Wait, you
Stella
did?
Adler, Strasberg.
Oh,
Well, in
my
real life,
God.
I did. But so I'm
Oh.
using all of these actual Meisner
That's
quotes, and I just kept
amazing.
throwing them out there. So I just kind of gave these actresses this barrage of Sanford Meisner quotes
Oh, that's awesome.
to bring a little reality to it. But yeah, Marty as an acting teacher has quite a ways to go. He's kind of
right.
he's making this shit up as he goes along, guys. So,
Sure. But I mean, yeah,
But he's believable.
it's totally
Exactly.
believable. I mean, I would want
Well,
to do Gilligan's Island or any kind of old show theme opening for Marty, wouldn't
For
you?
sure.
Like I would totally audition
For
for
sure.
that.
Totally. 1,000%. Yes. I buy him as an acting teacher too. I mean, for
God,
sure.
You guys are You guys are too sweet.
But I have to interject something here. So I know you mentioned Jerry, right? Jerry Ying, he's the creator, writer of the show. And you were just, Spencer, you were just talking about Meisner. So yes, as he mentioned, Jerry and I went to school with William Esper, who taught Meisner years ago in New York City. And we had said for years and years and years and years, one day we're going to do something together. We were scene partners in the acting class. These two dumb kids who laughed, used to go out after, and we were just dumb kids in New York City having the time of our life. But we really loved our class, and we were like, I think some of the few in our class that actually continued in this business. And so literally, I mean, I want to say 20 years already is crazy. We said one day we're going to work together. So It's taken a freaking pandemic to make it happen. But he finally reached out to me and said, hey, I put together this cool new project and I want you to be a part of it. And so I just think it's really interesting how you just never know what's going to happen or what's going to bring you closer to a person, right? Like it's unfortunate that it took this, but whatever it is, it is. And I'm just so happy that he's now brought me into the life of Spencer and so many other great people. And, it's just really interesting how, like I say, you just never know what the universe is going to throw your way. Right. And so here I am, having my friend, my former scene partner in my class directing me. It's really cool. And I still laugh about it sometimes because, we shared so many funny moments together in New York. We were just like two punky kids. and here he is running the show and doing just a fantastic job of it.
Oh, masterful. I mean, like I said, the way this is all coming together and the way it's all done is just brilliant.
Yeah, and that montage at the end of scene 9 or 10 with the song playing in the background, that was so good with all the different scenes popping up with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Was honestly might have been one of my favorite parts.
Oh, definitely. And I got to tell you, when your mom is saying she has no idea what you were just telling her, and she says 2-pack.
Oh my God.
Because we were literally just having a conversation with my mother the other day, and she could not say Tupac to save her life. It was 2-pack everything. So when we're watching that episode and we hear 2-pack,
so
I'm like, we can totally get that. We totally get that. That's 2-pack.
It's so relatable.
It's so relatable.
That is so relatable, and she's like. Oh, she's just so wonderful, Jennifer Passy. She's hilarious, and I think she really thought I did say 2-pack. I could have said 2-pack. I could have said 2-pack 12 times. She still thought I said 2-pack, and that's what's so brilliant about it. Just that one moment was that's all you need to see. She was hilarious. They were hilarious in that one moment. Yeah, I like that. I like the montage scenes when you get to see bits and pieces of everybody in their little world.
Yeah.
I think it's like a slice of life, right?
Definitely.
Right. Well, I got to say, the look on your face, too, you reacted just like brilliantly when Mom drops there's nothing wrong with postmenopause sex. You know?
My God.
The look on your face. And I'm like, whether that was ad-libbed or not or improv or not, I don't know, but it was just like, wow, that's like, I'll take things you never want to hear your mother say, but
No, that's...
The look on all our faces, Dustin.
That is
The look on all our faces.
Yes, that's right, Spence. You're there for all the scenes because Spencer's one of the producers, and so
Right.
Spencer's there. He's there all day, like watching every take. So you get to see it all and experience it all before it even gets put out there.
Oh, Spencer, we have got to see outtakes, buddy.
We will get you some outtakes. I mostly spend my Fridays and Saturdays like just in tears laughing.
I bet.
Yeah, because
watching these amazing actors just come up with this stuff on the fly, and because it's like Jerry is the writer's room. Jerry, and we've added Sherry Albert, who's a terrific writer and friend of ours. She's come on as a writer producer, and and they come up with this stuff. And if you've ever been to a sitcom taping, you see in between takes, you'll see the writers run up to the actors and throw new pages at them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll throw in they'll add a new joke, a new line, a new scene. They'll tweak stuff on the fly, on the run. And that's basically what we're doing, while we're filming.
Sure.
They're coming up with they'll go back to one and they'll start it again and they'll come up with a new idea and they'll run it and run it and run it until the vibe is right and the tone is right. And whether it's a dramatic scene or a funny scene, these guys just nail it, man. It's so impressive to watch. It really is. Particularly a bunch of, again, I'll say, a bunch of people that don't really, with the exception of the cast members that live together,
right,
those of us that don't know one another to see how well we interact with each other. We're probably going to meet when we have our wrap party in real life at somebody's house. Finally, when this whole thing is over, we'll probably not be able to stand each other.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I don't believe it. You guys are just amazing, man.
Yeah.
I really do think the chemistry is one of the selling points for this thing for sure.
Good.
Wow. And isn't it interesting that, like, I wasn't sure if chemistry would read through a Zoom. I
Right.
mean, Zoom. I'm calling it a Zoom, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't sure if a chemistry would read between people speaking, from screen to screen, as opposed to being in the same room with them. And it obviously is a different kind of chemistry, but it's still chemistry nonetheless. So it's really cool. I mean, when I see like JT with Jules and Jules and Ever, like, I see these people talking, and there is such a great chemistry with all of them, and I believe them.
Right.
And I wasn't sure how that would translate, because I've never done a show like this before, but it does translate. I'm watching them going, yeah, I believe that, like, he's excited about having her baby, and I believe the connection between them, and I believe what she's going through. And it's a testament to the actors for sure, but who knew, right? That you can have all of that.
I'm glad you brought that up,
translate.
though, because there's a couple of scenes, those scenes right there with both men's reactions to finding out that it might be their baby, I thought were real, genuine reactions. You could just look on the face. Like, I really feel like that's how somebody would react if they're, they have to think about it for a minute. Are they upset? Are they happy? You got to pause and kind of reflect about what you're going to say next. I thought those scenes were really great. And then what we were talking about prior to coming on the air here is Logan and I were talking, and we brought it up with Spencer. When the practical joke was played on Marty, you could just genuinely feel the disappointment, and Spencer, you could just kind of, that type of raw emotion and chemistry, it just really plays well. It really does.
That moment, you just go, oh,
Yes.
yeah. You just, like, you want to wrap him and give him a big hug, but it's true. It's all translating better than I thought, which is a good thing, because I just didn't know, and I'm so pleased that we're pushing forward and getting new guests and, like, having fun with it. And I think we're all finding a comfort level with it, because we're finding our way with it. So we're able to have more fun with it and do more things, because we're realizing, oh yeah, it is translating. Like, it's coming across well. And it's fun. It's really fun.
And that's and anytime it's fun, that translates well. So,
Exactly.
because you can tell you guys are having fun, which makes it fun to watch. So.
Oh, that's good. Spencer, do you feel like, is there ever a moment where you feel like you're going to just laugh so hard that you can't stop? I have moments like that.
I certainly had that the other day when I was on the elliptical machine with you, watching your descent into madness. It was like watching Mary Tyrone at the end of Long Day's Journey into Night.
Oh my God!
When she
completely
goes off
respond.
in her morphine addiction and starts babbling, and I'm on this elliptical machine. I thought I was going to fall off it at one point.
Oh no!
So good, so good.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. Laughing
I just
is
made
good.
a very,
Laughing is
very
healing.
obscure Eugene O'Neill reference. So
Yes,
for all you
it's
Eugene
fantastic.
O'Neill fans out there, I hope somebody gets that.
P.S. Eugene O'Neill, we always did that in Bill Espert's class, by the way.
Good.
Always, that was like one of his faves.
Wow, good to know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, well, yeah, and I just love it. I can't believe how you held it together. The whole improv thing is amazing. Like from the very first episode when you're talking about Willow with the hot tub, and how you're holding it together with the hot tub. Like, it's fired up. The jacuzzi's fired up. Come on over. I thought I'd try. That's what I'm saying. I just got this feel from the entire first episode on that Marty's just looking for love.
They had a trick.
We teased that out. Marty and Willa had a little thing.
Oh yeah,
they had a little flingy ding. A short-lived little flingy ding before she got pregnant, and he was just. I think Marty has a good heart. Marty's
exactly.
good.
Exactly.
He wasn't. When he said, do you want to come over? He wasn't really trying to lure her over there. I mean, she's happily married with her baby now. So, but maybe in the back of his mind, he thought, oh, maybe I get one more shot at this.
Right,
But,
Yeah, right.
Well,
Why not try?
right,
Can't hurt to
and
try.
happily, but when she's in distress, who does she call? I feel like there's a little bit more there between the two of them. That, like you said, Marty's a good guy. He's genuinely concerned if she's doing
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And when she was in distress and was having a hard time, I felt like she feels the same way about Marty. This is somebody I can confide in and go to when I'm in trouble. So
Yeah.
well, it's
for
funny because
sure.
he's the, Marty and Alex are kind of the matriarch and patriarch of the Chino Hills family.
Right.
They're the holidays. And so, we've probably been on the show for 20 years.
Right.
And so, Marty's the guy that the younger kids on the show, look up to, I would assume,
for
and,
sure.
go to
Definitely.
for advice because he's been around the block so many times. So, dipping into the company ink, or whatever that expression is probably Marty has not really, the Me Too movement has not really hit his shores yet.
No.
So,
I mean, listen, I can
he's
attest.
he's getting hip to it a little too late.
Yeah.
Listen, like soap operas, I mean, I was on All My Children for 10 years. I mean, remember, a lot of people got married because they met on soaps. Kelly Ripa and her husband, Mark Consuelos, and so many other people. So that world, you're around each other so often, as you are on a lot of other shows. But your dressing rooms are around each other. Your dressing room is like your second home. You're around each other day in and day out, every single day for years. So stuff happens, like relationships form and people fall in love with their TV husbands or their sons or whatever. Like, it really happens, you guys. Like,
Right.
it really happens.
Well,
so it's not too far off that, that Marty's character, that Marty would have, had a thing or two with several of the people on the show, and for sure.
Well, especially, it's pretty well known, common knowledge soap operas, they shoot just like crazy hours and like all these pages per day. So if you're in a relationship with a co-star and you're consistently with them 12, 15, 16 hours a day, 5 days a week, of course you're going to develop something, I would assume.
Right. Yeah. It's very interesting, but it's Jerry's doing it right because he's making all of these relationships, deeper than just coworkers, but, like family. And that's what I like about it, is that it feels like they are a big dysfunctional family. And that's pretty much the way it is.
Realism.
Exactly.
So,
Realism.
Do you guys have a favorite scene? Do you guys have a favorite scene that you've shot so far?
Gosh. I mean,
You go first.
I'm going to go first. I've enjoyed all of them, but I do have to say, like, the most recent one I had with Spencer was so much fun for me personally to just kind of go bananas a little bit and sort of let it all hang out. So that for me was just super fun. But then, I really had fun showing Jen my ass. Sorry, Nate. I had fun taking the phone and putting it under my butt. And it was like, Jerry and I were like, what are we doing?
Oh my gosh,
Like when you get to play something that's kind of out there and inappropriate, just as an actor, it's fun to do. It's fun to do. And of course I have, like such wonderful actors to play opposite of. So to be able to do that with Spencer and do that with Jen and like have their reactions be so priceless was nothing but fun for me.
Oh yeah.
So,
Great scene, by the way. It was hilarious. I have to tell you, the scene is fantastic.
I love it.
And mad camera skills, because I'm that guy who can't take a selfie in the mirror, without having the camera block my face. So how you got that shot? That's just impressive. I don't know.
Listen, I mean, hey, I'm glad you liked it. First off, I am not a selfie person either. I'm not a selfie person. I'm not a video person. So when Jerry asked me to do this whole thing, I was like, I don't FaceTime, Zoom. I don't do any of that, right? I mean, now I do, obviously. But I don't even really do a lot of FaceTime. So Jerry was like sort of saying, this is how you got to hold the phone. Little did I know that I would take a perfect shot of my butt without any guidance at all. But, I would say Jerry helped a little in telling me, how to hold the phone. So, so his direction helped. But I just love doing fun stuff. I feel like right now doing the fun scenes for me are just therapeutic, and laughter is healing, and like we all need to laugh a lot. So
Definitely.
why not, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And Spencer,
Yeah.
for me, I don't know. I can't wait to hear one of your favorites. But for me, one of my favorites was with you and Steven Weber. I thought that whole exchange was just,
yeah, that was a good one.
Well, Weber and I have known each other since 1985, and he is one of the funniest humans on the planet. He makes me laugh all the time, no matter where we are, no matter what we are doing. He just something will come out of his mouth that makes me laugh. And so I knew that when we got the scene together, first of all, he's so generous with his time, and he was so game, and so I was so thrilled when he said he would do this. And, you know, you get a scene when you get somebody that is that inventive and funny and brilliant and just great at improv, you know, you just kind of let him riff and go.
right.
So we did several scenes where we're kind of going back and forth and bantering back and forth. But the best take of that scene is where he just goes on and he's talking about, you know, he's like, I had to let Esther go. I'm like,
Oh my God.
your wife.
That's your wife.
Best line ever.
Steven Weber is a national treasure, and he was just terrific. I love that scene. I have to say, though, my favorite, probably my favorite scene was the first scene we shot as a group all together, all of us,
yeah.
you know, in the pilot, where all 12 of us are there in our little squares. It was really the first time we'd all worked, quote unquote, together, other than the time we all met as a group. You know, and I'd been kind of cooped up in my house for weeks and going a little stir crazy. Jerry came up with this idea. And so the idea that I could go into my closet and, you know, put on a blazer and make a martini and have a party in my apartment with these new friends of mine was really lovely. And I'm dancing around in my apartment, and, you know, I just had a blast because I had gotten to the point where this is really bloody depressing, guys, you know, and so the chance to kind of let loose and cut loose and have fun with a bunch of people that I've been spending the last 2 months with working was really just a joy. And the other scene was I love doing my little masterclass commercial.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Just me in my apartment. I mean, I wrote that little thing out. And I've got all these kind of vintage movie posters around my place. And so I set decorated my office with all these old posters. And I had to find, of course, I had to put on a black turtleneck to play the masterclass teacher. And I had such fun playing dress up. It's like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's why we love doing what we do, Alicia
That's
and I.
right.
What we do for a living is it's a chance to play dress up and have fun. And, you know, so
it becomes somebody else.
It becomes somebody else. Exactly.
Yeah. Wait, Spencer. So those posters, you did set dressing for that? Those weren't up on your wall in the office?
No, some of them are in my wall. Some of them are in the rest of my house. And so I brought them all. I turned my office into like, an old vintage movie poster.
Because I love that. I love that set for you. It's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Perfect for your character. It's just like, I love it. All the movies, like it was so perfect. And for the very first episode to have you all dressed dapper with your quarantini and your movie posters is like, I'm looking at true classic Hollywood right there.
Exactly.
It was like perfect.
It's so
it was just
true.
It was also something about it reminded me of that lovely moment that I had in the Tarantino film where I turned to the camera, you know, as Alan Kincaid, and I did my Alan Kincaid voice, and I said, "Hello."
That's kind of what you were doing.
I'm Martin Blake.
Yeah.
You know, so I was channeling a little bit of that guy too. So I'm kind of bringing him back a little bit.
We just saw that, by the way, like right after I met all of you guys for the first initial meeting when Jerry had all of us meet. We sat down to watch it, and I was like, "There's Spencer!" I was so happy to see your face. You were so good. It was you were so perfectly cast for that, and so I can totally see how you brought some of that, you know, to Marty for sure.
That is so funny that you said, "There's Spencer."
I did.
Excuse me.
Like, "There's Spencer.
So Spence, if you had any idea prior to this whole theater shutdown stuff, if you could see myself and Logan anytime we go see a movie that you're in, or my poor family when I'm sitting at home, because like I said, it seems like every TV show I watch, you know, you're in it. I'm like, we have those moments. Look, there's Spencer. Like, you know, the people in the movie theater are like, shut the fuck up. It's like, we don't know who Spencer is, but you do clearly. Like, yeah, you know, it's so good, you know.
How awful, you guys.
No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's fun.
Oh, it is.
Well, I'm getting tired of me, but I'm glad.
No, never.
Not me. I've made a whole new game out of it. Like, what show can I find that I can't find you in? And I haven't been able to do it so far. It's like, damn, there it is.
You guys,
Don't turn it into a drinking game.
But you guys could do a whole podcast that's all about Spencer and all the things he's done and turn it into like a trivia thing. Who knows, like, what movie he played this in and what TV show he played this in. And it could be like a Spencer podcast. You can have all special guests who have worked with him.
That's a brilliant idea because, I mean, we already had a little Twitter feed like that when I posted that I had seen him in an episode of West Wing. And, I mean, underneath it was like, it was episode such and such. And he does, and I'm like, wow, okay. Like, all right. So there's those people out there that would totally kill at that trivia game.
Right,
yeah.
right. Meanwhile, Spencer's like, all right.
All right, guys. Stop talking about me.
I still want you back on Picard, man. I feel like that relationship is there, Spence. You should be bringing back.
Well, I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh! Uh-oh.
Hey.
I always love when they say we can't say.
I know.
Maybe they just said.
or when they say I would tell you, but then I have to kill you.
Wait, can I
No,
ask? So Jeremy,
you guys are very flattering. I'm blushing like a tomato over here. So you're very sweet.
I was going to bring up Jeremy. And so Jeremy, did you know Jeremy? You've been working with Jeremy too, or wait, okay, let's take two. Okay, Jeremy did not know. Jeremy did not know Jerry, but he knew you from working with you, correct?
I knew Jeremy as a casting director. I had read for Jeremy on many occasions.
We Jeremy.
Became friends, and then Jeremy was brought on to America 2.0. Jeremy was the one who initially brought me into the table read of what was initially a television pilot for a brilliantly written show called America 2.0. And I did a table read. And I was one of the actors that Jeremy thought of very sweetly to come in and read for. And I befriended the writer-creator of the show, J.S. Mayank, who ultimately turned it in. We came up with the idea to turn it into a podcast. Jeremy, J.S., and myself, and J.S.'s writing partner, David Carlisle, we turned this television pilot into a very successful podcast. Jeremy and I, on the basis of that, decided to become producing partners. So when when our friend Jerry asked me to come on board, I said, we need a casting director, and I know just the guy. So I wrangled Jeremy into this. He's probably going to kill me.
But he's doing so great with it because
he's extraordinary. Jeremy Gordon is extraordinary.
He's great.
He's probably going to ruin the day that I ever, asked
Look,
him to join
don't let him make you think anything different. We were just talking to him prior to doing this before y'all called, and he is so enthusiastic and so beaming about this project.
Yes.
He is so proud. So I can imagine he's quite the happy guy.
And his parents are like two of our best supporters and our best fans. He was telling us his sweet parents are like supporting the show, and like I love that. I love support that you get, not just from people within the industry. You get parents and like parents of our wonderful casting director. Like, it's just, it's fantastic. He's been, aside from the casting director, one of the producers as well, sitting in on all the shoots and, giving his 5 cents about this scene and that scene and making sure that I don't curse, first of all, making sure I keep it clean. But he's been just really great in terms of like organizing things and, wait, what the hell?
I had to laugh. It's like making sure we keep it clean. So you can't curse, but lotion is fine.
But lotion
is fine.
Guys, we've got to keep it clean. Oh my goodness!
You can rub lotion on your leg. You just can't say fuck.
That's right.
That's a T-shirt right there.
That's right. So good.
So you can rub lotion, or you can say fuck you can't.
But you
with
can't.
lotion.
That's exactly perfect. Oh my God.
No,
That's- Yes.
and clearly Nate was about to, which is why he fell and the camera went down. You know,
Exactly.
so like he knew. No, we got to keep this clean. I got to fall right
He's
here.
like, keep it clean. I'm done. I'm out.
Done. Boom, boom. Because he was about to cross the two, and
Exactly.
you can't do that. You can't cross the
Right.
two.
That's right. Keep it clean.
Yeah.
This is a semi-family
Yeah, he was
show.
about
Semi.
he was about to cross the Rubicon. there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Totally.
You know, you can only take so much. I mean, come on now.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, you
Poor
guys.
Alex had blue balls.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Well, I just can't. I
It
can't.
happens to the best of us.
It
What are you
does.
gonna do?
It does. What are you gonna do? I mean, he was from the second you showed him your ass. That was it. It was like, no, this is done.
I mean, all right, Mom.
Right? Like, you know.
wanna know.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
curious
man.
I'm curious what's gonna happen, Spence. I think you may know more than me, but I'm always curious. Like I'm waiting now to find out what's gonna happen this, the next time that we shoot.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
So I'm always like sort of excited when I get the little, the little email from our, Ari and our other producer, like, what storyline's happening? I always look at it and I'm always like, oh, this is fun, or wow, this is crazy. But it's always exciting for me to open that email and see like what they have in store for us this week.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
feel like
I don't know.
I feel like Alex is maybe 2 episodes away from a padded room.
Fantastic.
Maybe 1 episode. Maybe one
Maybe
episode.
one.
Yeah.
oh
Maybe
man.
1 episode from a padded room or a straitjacket. No,
I love
we're all going to be fine at the end of this thing.
Sure.
Of
I
course.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where does
Right.
that leave? Okay, if Alex is in the padded room though, where does that leave Nate? Looking for love with Marty because he's already been shafted in the relationship at home. Then he's not going to get Alex because Alex is going to be in the padded room. I feel like he's going to be calling up Marty like, can I need help?
They're going to be
I
each
need
other's
help.
wingman.
That's
Like,
it. They're going to be wingmen. I mean,
If anybody comes to Marty for advice about love, then they're in the wrong business. Nobody should be looking to Marty Blake for relationship advice. That's pretty clear.
Marty would be like, I'm glad you're here, Nate. Can you lotion my legs?
Oh,
Again, that's the spinoff, and we can't.
that's the spin-off right there.
There's plenty of time for that.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
this show could go. There's so many great opportunities for every character. Like it must be so fun for the writers to sit, and come up with such fun things because you just never know. The sky's the
Sure,
limit, right?
exactly.
Like,
Sure.
anything could happen, and that's what's so fun about it and that's what's fun about being able to improv it too. Is you can put in your own little, stuff in there. Like whatever happens, it's just all good fun, and you could always bring it down a notch or bring it up a notch. But
Right.
it's always, there's just so much room for fun or not fun and like real life stuff and whatever it is. Like there's so much that could happen with this group during this time.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to get the next little breakdown. And
This
see
is very soap opera though. I maybe JT or Everett. Neither one is the daddy. What?
Dun, dun, dun.
What?
Like,
What?
Ooh.
Oh.
You're right.
I mean,
Hey,
come
she's
on
a
now.
pretty girl. You never know.
You
She's a
never
pretty
know.
girl.
Maybe real
Right.
baby daddy came and got her. We don't know. Like, just.
Right.
Or maybe it's Marty.
I was going to
Oh.
say that. I was going to say that.
It could be Marty. It could be Marty.
It'd be Marty.
Marty's
That's right.
Marty's actually his plan to stay on the show is to eliminate all the younger people. It's like you
Exactly
never
right.
know.
Now you're catching on. Now
Right.
you're catching on.
So he's going to knock one up.
That's
and
right.
then he's going to do something to the other one.
right.
I'd watch that.
By
Yeah.
attrition. I'm gonna. It's
Yeah.
revenge by screwing. It literally screwing.
literally.
Literally by screwing.
See,
God.
now everybody's going to be watching.
Exactly.
Everybody was already watching. Now even more are going to be
Now
watching.
they're like,
It's
oh, wait,
yeah.
okay, score.
So good.
It definitely. I'm so glad you guys came on to talk about it because, yeah, from the second we started talking that we were going to have you guys on, and I mean, clearly there are a lot of people that are watching this right now and are connecting to it. So, I mean, we could not be more happy that you guys came on to talk about it.
Oh, thank
Well, we
you
could
for
always
having
use
me.
more. We could always use more watchers, and and every eyeball that comes our way and gets turned on to the show. They see the link, and we would love it if they're enjoying the show and they're getting 7 minutes of pleasure.
Right.
which is also the title of my autobiography, which is coming out in the fall.
I was going to say that is a title of something.
Woo.
Yeah, if they're getting 7 minutes of pleasure or minutes of pleasure, whatever it is, however long the episode is, if they want to click on the link and kick in $3 to the SAG-AFTRA Foundation COVID-19 Relief Fund, it would be extraordinary, because people have this perception of actors that we're all sitting around our swimming pools drinking margaritas.
Right.
Yeah.
But the whole business is shut down, and I just found out Los Angeles is probably not going to reopen until the end of July now, which means that most of us are probably not going. We're probably not going to go back to work until quite possibly until the new year, which is a pretty daunting thought. So
it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Well, listen, man, Spence, we got you. We will promote the hell out of it. We will put it, my Vote Seth cup still sits in my office on all of our YouTube videos, man. So we were going to give as much love to this project as we did to America 2.0, and we are going to get it out there. We're going to tell people to watch it, man. And open invite, man. If you guys want to come back, anybody from the cast wants to come back,
so
of course,
fun.
we would want you guys back to talk about it, man.
So fun. It's you guys are, first of all, I'm a little behind on my social media. I just saw you guys on Twitter. I'm going to follow you guys on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm behind, but I'm like up to my kneecaps in like math and science with my child. But I just so appreciate your support, and I appreciate, you guys don't know me, so having me come on with the wonderful Spencer is flattering and was so fun, and I would love to do it again and check back in, and and why not have we have such a great cast. Like they're all just fun, wonderful people, and why not have like some others come on and just like and sort of check in and just say, hey, this is where we're at, because I feel like there's a lot more fun to be had with this show and with this group of people. But we just appreciate you guys, because it's people like you that help keep our show, out there and going. So
absolutely.
So thank you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the kind words. And open invite, guys. You guys know, Spence, we do a top 5 every day. Maybe we get a bunch of y'all together, do a top 5 soap opera scenarios or something.
Right.
It'd be hilarious, and just keep letting people know about the show.
Right.
Yes.
We love us some crazy ants, man.
Yes.
Oh my God. Crazy Ant is the best name ever. I feel like I'm a crazy ant.
Oh, awesome.
Totally.
Honorary crazy ants, always.
Yes, exactly.
You guys are always welcome.
I'll take it.
Beautiful.
Listen,
thank you,
guys. Yeah, listen, like I said, anytime you want to come back or anybody wants to come, you just let us know, and the answer's always going to be yes. We're thrilled. And you guys take care, stay safe, and just,
Thank you.
And anything we can do for you, let us know.
Oh,
you
thank you guys.
too, fellas. Stay safe in North Carolina. I've got a lot of love for that state, so you all stay
Me
safe.
too.
Thank you.
Me too.
Stay home. Put a mask on. Don't take any shit for anybody that gives you any shit about wearing a mask. This thing ain't over by logging out. So
wear your mask.
Definitely.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, take it from the girl who's in New York City. Put your mask on.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I send you guys good energy over there to North Carolina as well. That's where my dad is. And just thank you. And I hope everybody stays safe, and Spence, you as well. And one day we'll all be in the same room together, which will be amazing.
That would be awesome, We're totally down for that.
It can happen.
That's
it can
right.
happen. When it happens, it's going to be that much more exciting.
Absolutely.
So,
well, when the thing gets picked up to series, we're going to have the premiere party at your husband's restaurant. I just decided.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? God willing, right? Like let's all, from your lips, let's just put everything out there. It's because his restaurant's closed right now, of course. But let's just hope that everything goes, in a positive direction and a healing direction, and then we'll all get to see each other.
Definitely.
That's the best way to end it, right
God bless
there.
You, fellas.
Yes, you too, Spence.
Thank you guys again.
Not a problem.
bet.
You guys have a good week.
Bye, Lish. Love you. Talk to you,
Bye, love.
guys.
I'll see you in a few days. And guys,
Cheers.
Thanks again. You guys take care, and I had such fun today.
Oh, appreciate it.
Good.
Bye-bye now.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Wow.
That was just so damn good. Like, wow, just this show is epic.
I know, and I just love, sometimes, I think me and you just kind of like to just sit back and let them talk.
Listen, yeah.
Because they have so many great stories, and you hear about their history or how they did stuff together, or sometimes you just don't have to say anything.
Exactly.
Just let them talk, and that was really fun.
It was so fun, so fun. And guys, be sure to check out their Instagram, IGTV show, Quarantine the Show. That's what we were talking about during the whole interview. It is just phenomenal. Honestly, just great product, man.
Yeah,
Great content.
And guys, it's like 6 or 8 minutes long,
Yeah.
the episodes.
If you have Quibi, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, trust us. They are so worth sitting down and watching. They are entertaining as hell.
yes. Thank you again, guys, for coming on the show. All right, guys. Now it is time for the top 5 segment.
Yes.
Oh, man. Everybody knows we're film lovers. We love all types of genres of films.
And action.
We like some explosion every now and then. We love some delicious dialogue.
That's right.
We do like some explosions. So this week's top 5 is actors in action movies. What actors can pull off this type of role the best? Well, here's our opinions.
Yeah, these are good lists.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. My number 5, especially recently, is Keanu Reeves, especially for John Wick. Oh my goodness, the first time I ever saw the first one, I was just blown away by the type of filmmaking it was, and like he maybe had a page or two of dialogue the whole time.
Right.
Everything else was just epic badass fight scenes. But of course he was in the Matrix series, Point Break, Speed, all those other good ones, but my favorite of his is John Wick.
Yeah, Speed might be the ultimate action flick.
Yeah.
That thing was intense.
It's the one people
I loved
live up to.
Yeah, Harrison
Harrison Ford.
I'm about to tell you mine, Sandra Bullock, I was going to say, but number 5 for me, since I jumped right in there,
You did.
Harrison Ford.
Yes.
And I'm not even going to mention Star Wars.
No.
Harrison Ford is a kick-ass action star.
He is.
Blade Runner. I mean, come on, guys. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Any of the Jack Clancy, stuff, Patriot Games, you could just pick any one of them.
Yeah, honestly.
All badass action flicks and thrillers. And The Fugitive. I mean, you remember that shit when he's
That
on
one's
the
a
run,
good one,
man?
yeah.
Dude, man, The Fugitive is like
That one's really
kick-ass.
good.
So I feel like he's really come into his own as an action star, even in his senior years.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we all know he was badass in fucking Star Wars and Indiana Jones, but in the later years, he's just been killing it, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Just stop flying.
I know, I was going to say something about it.
I want to see you do more action films, so stop flying.
So stop fucking flying,
Right.
Harrison, please. Please. My number 4 is Denzel Washington.
Yes.
This dude's an absolute badass, especially with The Book of Eli, The Equalizers 1 and 2, and Training Day.
Yes.
Oh my God. Those were just absolutely... I was blown away by each one of those films, but definitely Training Day.
Oh.
That one is my fucking... Well, honestly, one of my favorites from Denzel Washington.
Yeah, him and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
They're just like insane in that.
So
movie.
good.
Woo!
So good.
My next one is Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, man.
Yeah.
Snake. Escape from New York.
So good.
Seriously, one of the best action flicks of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. He's awesome. Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
You don't even have to say
Of
anything
course.
beyond a Tombstone. Enough said.
Enough said.
And Tango and Cash, man. And I put Tango and Cash in there because, one, I love Terry Hatcher, and I think it was a brilliant film, and it's going to lead to another one on my list.
Yes.
Tango and Cash was a great action flick if you haven't seen it.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. My number 3, I mean, how could we not put this guy on one of our lists? Bruce Lee, the master himself.
Yeah.
B. Walter. Oh, my goodness. Fist of Fury, absolute badass kung fu movie. I mean, just the whole genre. He paved the way for others like Jackie Chan and many others that came on. I mean, and honestly, Chuck Norris, the movie with them fighting each other is just epic.
Hell yes.
Epic. So yes, Bruce Lee, my number 3.
Definite, without a doubt. My number 3, Sly. Sylvester Stallone.
I feel you.
Who starred in Tango and Cash with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And Terry Hatcher. But, of course, Rocky, Rambo, 2 huge action-filled franchises, without doubt. And, again, another one who kind of in the senior aspect of his career is still getting shit done, The Expendables.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all, like, huge action flicks that have done well at the box office. There's getting ready to be another one made and everything, and this guy's still kicking ass.
Yeah.
And for the Bullet to the Head, there's so many I could have put on the list. I mean, this guy... He's an action star.
Yeah.
He's an action star.
He really is.
Sylvester Stallone.
Absolutely insane. My number 2, it was really hard because he's honestly probably my favorite action star right now. But, I mean, of course, I went nostalgia for my number 1. But my favorite action star right now, and for my number 2 choice, Mark Wahlberg. This dude is a fucking badass.
He
like,
is.
Four Brothers, the Shooter movie, Two Guns with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
And Lone Survivor. That's honestly one of my favorite military flicks. So, absolute badass. I honestly love everything he does. I love even his goofy stuff, like with Will Ferrell and other guys. I mean, Daddy's Home was okay, but other guys was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, Mark Wahlberg is a fucking badass.
I
Go
mean, the
watch all this
range,
shit.
man. He is he's the definitive action star, but can also do the comedies and
Yeah.
shit. So I mean, guy's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
And come on, let's see an Entourage. Come on,
Do it.
bring it back.
We need Ari.
Number 2 for me, which I know you're gonna think.
I know.
What?
I know.
The mouth said this guy.
Yeah.
But I am Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. You cannot deny the man is an action star.
I know.
He does all of his own action, okay?
Yeah.
He breaks legs and shit. Like, I mean, it's crazy. He's so, like, little guy, but he's
I
an
know.
action guy, okay?
I know.
Top Gun. I mean, come on. All of the Mission Impossible movies. Are
Yeah.
we kidding? Jack Reacher most recently. The
Yeah.
2 Jack Reacher movies. Badass. Night of Day. Oblivion. Like, all these movies that he's been in, man, are, like, kick-ass.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about him as a person, but yeah, I love his movies. It's a guilty pleasure. I will say that.
It's true.
Like,
I wanted to put Last Samurai on the list, but I think that's more of like a drama.
Yeah.
Although there's an epic fucking action battle scene at the end of that
Yeah.
film if you haven't seen it. So that's action star right there. But yeah, just Tom Cruise.
I know.
Tom
It
Cruise.
is
And
what it
he's
is.
going to space.
Yeah, right.
Action men go to space. That's
Be
all I'm saying.
prepared. Be prepared for Tom Cruise going to space. For my number 1, I got Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know. I said nostalgia, guys.
How can you not?
I went back. I mean, of course, you got Predator, you got Commando. My favorite of his is Commando because that just badass.
Alyssa Milano.
I fucking yeah. There you go, right there. I love when. Remember when I said I would kill you last? Yeah, I remember you said you did. I lied. And just dropped the dude off the cliff. Oh my god. And Last Action Hero. Even though like I go back and watch that one now, it's like so cheesy, but it's the best type of cheese.
Yeah.
Like it's so delicious.
And True Lies.
Yeah.
Like a
True
comedic
Lies.
action movie. Like
Yeah.
it was badass with James Cameron and everything. I mean, that was but yeah, I'm so glad you put Commando on there because it's I love Commando.
It's so good.
It's so epic when he picks up little Alyssa Milano.
I
She's
know,
little bitty, like you
yeah,
know,
like-
who's the boss? I think even pre Who's the Boss Alyssa Milano. She's
yeah.
like little bitty. But so nostalgic,
Such a
man.
Good actor. I mean, I've always been an Arnold fan, so get to the chopper.
It's true.
Yeah.
And get to the chopper and then come on the show.
Then come on the show.
Yeah, just Arnold, Alyssa, anybody, Rosario, like anybody that was in that movie, come on the show.
Yes,
that's
do it.
fantastic. Okay, my number 1 also. Go ahead. Tell me your number 1. Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Badass.
Yes.
Clint Eastwood is the ultimate badass action star,
Yeah.
in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Heartbreak Ridge. Come on, overcome, adapt. I mean, like he's a badass fucking Marine, man. You
Hell
don't fuck.
yeah.
He was bad enough you don't fuck with him, but when he's a Marine,
Yeah,
you
no.
definitely don't fuck with
Don't
Marine
even,
Clint
yeah.
Eastwood. In the Line of Fire with John Malkovich when he's the Secret Service guy, you know,
Yeah.
trying to protect the president. So intense. And of course, all the fucking Dirty Harry movies.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, guy is bad. Any Which Way You Can, Any Which Way But Loose. Like, all these things that, you know, that he's been in, man, they're just, you don't think. But, yeah. I mean, or Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Damn near every Western he did was full of action.
I know.
So I just, you know.
By far, probably one of the best Western action stars ever.
Oh, without
In my opinion,
doubt.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just. But again, just gritty. I feel just like everything he does is dramatic and gritty.
Yeah.
Like I just, you know.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. What are your favorite actors in action movie roles? We want to know.
We do. We want to know.
Oh my goodness. If you're watching us on YouTube, comment below. If you saw this video on Instagram or Twitter, please comment below as well because we just want to know. And if you're listening to the podcast on all podcast platforms, tell us. comment below. Add us on Twitter at JLoFantastic or at Crazy Ant Media or Crazy Ant Guide 1970. So many, man.
There's so many crazy ant things. It's crazy.
There is. But please do. I mean, we love the top 5 segment. We love the interaction. So just thank you for getting crazy. We love the top 5.
Oh, shit, y'all.
Guess what?
Box office predictions is back.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
I know what you're thinking. How? But there are a couple theaters open, and there are drive-ins open, and there are some movies making money.
It's wild.
It's so crazy.
It's wild.
And we're happy to say that the number 1 movie has one of our guests in it, Jameson Jones from last week, man. We're so super excited for him, man.
Number 1, The Wretched with $92,000.
You heard that right. $92,000. Number 1.
Yep. 21 theaters. I'm guessing some of those are drive-ins as well.
I would think so.
So, yeah, go see that one. It's also on Amazon Prime. It's a badass horror movie, guys. You will not be disappointed.
No, it's awesome.
Number 2 is How to Build a Girl. You heard that right. How do you build them? We don't know. Watch the movie. With $32,000 in 9 theaters. And get this, guys. Our third one, The Burnt Orange Hersey.
Yep.
$55.
$55. It's only in one theater.
One theater.
But $55 was enough to get you on the list at number 3.
Go you.
Like 8 people saw this movie last week.
Yeah. But you made it.
You made it on the list.
You made it.
I don't know. I think your predictions are going to be pretty easy for next week, bro.
Yeah, basically the same. Numbers a little lower, but basically the same spots.
They're the only 3 movies. They're the only 3 he can pick. Exactly. So, I mean, I just like...
Exactly.
Until July, I feel like your predictions are pretty safe.
I know. It's absolutely wild. Oh, my goodness. But now it is time for the IMDb Pro Top Trending segment. Who's trending? Who's not? I don't know. Download the app and subscribe because it's a great freaking app. It's the one-stop shop if you're definitely in the entertainment industry, and you will not be disappointed by this thing.
Nope.
Casting announcements, box office, how to reach out to publicists, how to reach out to agents. Like, you get all of this information for a low price of $19.99.
It is hands down the single best $20 I spend every month.
Yeah.
It's the most value for my buck.
Yeah.
It really is, man.
I agree.
It really is.
I agree. And the top trending film, the top trending picture this week is...
Picture. I like that picture. You know who else likes that? Doug Bancroft.
That's right.
The Ravens Vision.
Just wait. Watch the teaser trailer. Watch both teaser trailers. The film is The Wrong Missy.
Not the right one.
Not the right one.
The wrong Missy.
The wrong one. Yeah.
This is David Spade's new one, and Rob Schneider, and I think it's on Netflix right now or whatever. So we told you they're a joke, and so this is a comedic film.
There you go.
I would assume David Spade and Rob Schneider. It's got to be a comedic film.
Yeah.
But it's top trender.
Top trender. The top trending TV show is Dead to Me on Netflix. It's a good one, guys. It's absolutely wild. I mean, it takes you on a ride each and every episode, and they're only 30 minutes. So, I mean, you go through a lot of shit. I'm just saying.
True. But, I mean, come on. Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini are, brilliant week in and week out.
I agree.
This is a great show.
It is.
We're new to it. We just started watching it. We do a lot of stuff.
We do.
Okay? But, yeah, it's fantastic, and it totally makes sense to me that's trending right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes sense that the number 1 trending star is Linda Cardellini.
Velma! It's Velma from Scooby-Doo!
Exactly. For y'all who don't know, she is a phenomenal actress.
She really is.
Mean, she's Hawkeye's wife, guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's wife in the Avengers. She was on ER. Just so many things. Her range. Talk about an actress that has a phenomenal range.
Yeah.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah.
Man, she's fantastic.
Seriously.
Come on the show, Linda.
Come on the show. Oh my goodness, but thank you guys for getting a little crazy with us on episode 114. Make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. We got to thank our guests one more time.
Yes.
Spencer Garrett and Alicia Minshew. Thank you so much for coming on the show and talking quarantine show with us and getting a little crazy. You guys know how we like to do it on the inside the Crazy Ant Farm.
And they fit right in.
They really did.
They fit right in.
Yes, seriously. Be sure to follow them both on social media and be sure to follow follow us on social media at Crazy Ant Media, and follow us both personally, myself at JLoFantastic, and
Crazy Ant Guy 1970.
yes, that's right. And like I said, subscribe to this podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast: Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio. Watch us on YouTube, and so many more.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And visit our website, crazyantmedia.com, where everything you need to know about Crazy Ant Media is on the website. Like, merch is on there. Start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media merch, hats, shirts, bags, anything you need. And we got that insight about the Bonks Boxers.
That's right.
If you want the ants in the pants.
That's right. I think we should give a T-shirt to whoever is the first to order.
I know, right?
The bonk boxers.
Double promotion.
I mean, you
right
know,
there.
because can you wear the bonk boxers without the shirt?
Exactly.
I mean, you got to have the whole.
Really?
You know.
You need to. You need it. But, man, this is honestly my favorite part about episode 114, the Snyder Cut.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy shit.
Yes. It's hard to argue that. The Snyder Cut and then the John Krasinski Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, if you're a geek, a comic book geek, you are loving this week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, super excited about all that. And then also, like, it's got to be one of the more entertaining interviews we've had in quite a while.
Oh, my God.
Spencer and
good.
Alicia are just, to use a term that they love, delicious.
So
They are
delicious.
absolutely delicious. And guys, it's just the start, man. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be just highlighting this quarantine, the show. And you guys are in for a real treat with all these interviews. You guys are going to love it, man.
I agree, man. I agree. And then Percy Jackson as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I liked those films. I mean,
I
yeah,
did too.
they weren't too big at the box office, but I genuinely like those films. So I'm really interested to see what Disney Plus does with the series adaptation.
Me too.
So
Me too.
it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. But you know who Disney Plus needs to work more with?
Yeah, because take her away from Apple.
I
Take her
know,
away from
she's got a
Apple.
big deal over there, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oprah!